Okay guys, I'm here today with Heath Pedigo, Jacob Couch and Casey. Huge honor for me. Guys, they're filming this week an instructional video which is the heel hooks for everyone. And today in this video they will teach us here how to know when to heel hook. I think this is such a great question, Heath.
Yeah, I think one of the things that, so like the straight ankle lock is such a powerful thing. When you can have a straight ankle lock and a heel hook together, usually heel hookers are heel hookers and ankle lockers are ankle lockers. But Jacob is amazing at switching the two back and forth, and he's gonna kind of talk with everyone about using these two things together and knowing when to switch from the straight ankle lock to the heel hook and vice versa. He had some huge wins at the trials.
Yeah, man, 7 matches, 7 submissions, most of the heel hooks, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Maybe one of the greatest trials performances of all time.
I fully agree.
So I just talked with Mo. Mo had said that he believes it was the greatest performance of all time.
That is awesome.
So it just kind of gave us the idea to do a heel hooks for everyone. Sometimes some of the instructionals, they're a little bit too advanced. You know, when you're a beginner or when you're a black belt that's been maybe in the gi for only 20 years, it's tough to, it's just tough to understand. Some of them are just so advanced. So Jacob's kind of got a system. You're going to kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, guys. So I think one of the biggest things with the straight ankle heel hook thing is everyone's so good at slipping the heel now. And then for the people that are really keen on the straight ankle locks, everyone is so adept at booting the leg or making their leg really, really stiff. So having the ability to go from one to the other and knowing, okay, if I have this dude in a straight ankle, he's booting, now's the time to heel hook, vice versa. If you have them in a heel hook position and they are slipping the heel, then they will be providing you a straight ankle lock. So just wanted to touch on some of that.
For the instructional, I just want to add real quick, we brought Casey. Casey is a white belt and she's never done any heel hooks. So the reason that we brought her is, like our other instructionals that we've done, we want to bring someone who is going to make the mistakes that people at home are going to make.
No, I love this idea. I love, and you do that in many other instructions, and I love this because it's almost like a different view to the technique.
So you're a black belt world champion. Even if you don't know heel hooks, we know that your ability to learn the move is probably really, really good. Okay, I know you were talking.
Better than a white belt for sure, but I don't know if it's that good.
Well, I know before we started filming, I know you were saying that your heel hooks were getting better than yours.
Yeah.
Better than
That's not true.
No, but so we want, so even in the gi with Bernardo, and he's been training his whole life. There's a huge thing right now, and everyone wants to learn heel hooks. So
I fully agree.
Maybe, sometimes you can get the other instructors and they're just a little bit too advanced. Even training for 20 years, Couch does such a good job of simply breaking things down. And we just wanted to do that. He had mentioned to me, like, Heath, I bought a lot of instructionals and they were just too much for me. They're so good, but I wasn't at the level. So we wanted to create something where someone who hasn't trained ever or someone who's been training for 20 years can learn, apply, and then even teach to do these moves. So Casey making these mistakes will be the same mistakes that you make at home. There's nothing worse than buying an instructional and then having a lot of questions. So we answer the questions on the instructional that you're going to ask at home.
That is awesome.
We just get into it.
I love the idea. Yeah, let's see this. So how to know when to heel hook?
Okay, so I think so for instance, if I were going to try to straight ankle lock you, a common defense that you learn in the very beginning is the boot. Right, so you would be curling your toes towards your knee and then straightening your entire leg. So you make it as straight and as stiff as possible.
Put the shoes on, right?
And what that does is it makes it hard for me to then break your foot down because I can't get any leverage on the ankle. So I'm putting no pressure on the ankle. Then I have...
That was the fake face. That's the face you've been doing.
What?
I thought that was a real face.
That's the advantage. You know the advantage face.
That was the advantage face. No, sorry. Yeah. I know now.
Let me get the business, man.
I'm
working. Thank you. So look, when you go for the straight ankle lock, they boot. So when they boot, what they do is they sit their heel on basically a shelf on the outside for our forearm to come behind it and eventually hook the heel itself. So how we do that is whenever we sit in for the straight ankle and they go to boot, as soon as we feel the boot come on, boom, we're going to use our elbow now instead of trying to go like this for the straight ankle. We're going to use our elbow to pinch. Turn like this, please, Bernard. We're going to use our elbow to pinch the pinky toe and the big toe almost together. So we want to drive all these little bitty, soft, fragile bones of Bernardo's big, strong foot together. And we're pinching it.
Hey!
Okay, that's what I wanted. So look here. Boom, we pinch. And now we want to pinch
Man, it's freaking tight.
to the point where there's a decent amount of pressure there, okay? So if Bernardo were to try to pull his leg out, it's not happening, okay? So from here, guys, we're going to keep our same leg position we went over in the fundamentals, which you would have to buy the course for. And now we're going elbow back, and we're going to get our wrist, the shallow part of our wrist, the blade, right behind the heel, using almost like a waiter's wrist. The same way a waiter would carry a tray of drinks is the same way we're going to hook the heel. So our hand is back. We're just going to go palm to palm. From here, guys, to the shoulder, hips forward, pull the heel to your chest. Oh, you okay?
This is tight. Okay.
Okay, so
This is super tight. No, okay. But this is super tight.
well,
No, this is crazy.
I'm sorry.
so
I feel like my toes almost like burning.
yeah, no, it does. It does feel like that when you do
You
it.
go to the clinic.
So when we filmed for 8 hours last night, just so you know how I felt. Anyway, listen. So let's talk real quick about when do you know as a competitor to switch, the big question here, from your ankle lock to your heel hook, from the heel hook back to the ankle lock. Are there signs? Is there something that Bernardo does, or is it something that you're switching like in your mind? When do you decide to switch from the straight ankle to the heel hook and vice versa?
Okay, so the moment that the decision is made is whenever I'm starting to start my attack. I'm coming in and say I'm straight ankle locking him, or I'm trying to straight ankle lock him. As soon as I feel him start to apply the defense for the straight ankle by booting, I'm going to use his application of the defense for the straight ankle, him booting. I'm going to use that defense to then get to the heel. So I'm using my straight ankle lock grip. As soon as I feel him start to defend, boom, the boot's on. Now is my time to go for the heel. So once I realize it's my time to go for the heel, again, we're going to go waiter's wrist, palm to palm. From here, guys, we're pulling the heel into our chest. We're not turning our body. We're pulling the heel into our chest, keeping tight leg position, pushing our hips forward, and finishing, okay? And now for the heel hook to the straight ankle, whenever we want to hook the heel, they want to point the toes and turn the heel in. And what that's doing is called hiding the heel. So when they hide the heel, okay, it's going to make it harder for us to get our wrist behind it and eventually get a bite on it to finish. So whenever we're here, I'm going back to get this bite on the heel. Bernardo turns his toes out, boom, and hides it. Okay, so his foot would be broken down already. And the whole point of the straight ankle is to take the foot in this direction, okay? So if you look at the way to hide the heel, I point my toes and I turn my heel in, okay? It's the same position as a perfect straight ankle. So it just sets up the foot because the posture of the foot and the ability to fend in the foot is already so broken down by hiding the heel that now we're able to get our forearm under and eventually get to the straight ankle lock because the posture of the foot is already so weak. So we're here. I go to hook the heel. He points the toes, turns the heel. From here, guys, his foot is already going to be in a broken down posture. Okay, so it's straight. And now is my time to go. So once I feel the posture of the foot gone, now I just switch under and through and back to the outside, belly down for the straight ankle lock finish.
Man, it's insane how tight it is. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So it's a double-edged sword. One's going to get the finish, right?
Yeah.
One or the other. So I'll show a little drill real quick we do. Okay, so Casey will be down. And just kind of show you guys a little bit here. Like I said, remember, Casey being a beginner, couch, we'll kind of run her. So she's in the ankle lock position here. Do you want to do this one? Okay, so here, we'll switch. You can see? Okay, so the little thing that we're going to do here, okay? My two options, like Couch said, I can slip, okay? And I can boot, okay? So I'll go back and forth, and then Couch will kind of coach Casey on to switch back and forth from the straight ankle to the heel hook. So it's just a little drill we do. So she'll get into the ankle lock position, okay? Foot in the hip, okay? Tightened up here, okay? So now she's going for the ankle lock. So this is when I would kind of boot.
Yep.
Okay. By booting, like you said, I'm going to bring my toes, curl them this way, and kind of flex my leg here.
Yep. So stop right there. Let me say something real quick. So, relax your foot. So, guys, this is a good cue for whenever you want to start your transition or your switch. Whenever he goes to boot for this straight ankle lock defense, if you notice, Casey's shoulder is coming forward. Okay. So, for Casey, whenever she starts to feel her shoulder almost be braced by the foot on the back here, whenever she starts to feel that, like essentially like a frame, now is the time for Casey to know that is when she needs to get her forearm behind the heel to eventually get to the heel hook. So the moment you feel the foot start to become strong on the back side here is the time or the cue for when to go actually for the heel hook itself. So as soon as you feel that, great. And now remember, we're getting our elbow back. Good, palm to palm. And we're gonna go to our shoulder. Beautiful, hips forward.
Tap.
Great, awesome.
That's awesome. Man, this is incredible. So what's the main detail here to do what you did, where you placed like the toes in the biceps? That looks like it's gonna break my toes too. So
Well, you gotta be good looking.
who's that?
We're in trouble, aren't we?
We're all screwed. We're all screwed. The biggest detail here is going to be whenever you're here is you want to think about almost trying to connect their pinky toe to their big toe. So it's not really like a clamp.
Okay.
Because I'm not thinking about connecting each side of the leg. When I clamp the leg, I'm thinking about attaching to it, right? Whenever I'm here, I want to think about mashing the foot together. Okay. So the idea isn't to clamp onto the foot. Okay. The idea is to smash the foot together.
Man, this is crazy.
So here and now, if you were to go to pull your leg out.
Hey, if you just stay there and push as you did, I'm kind of tapping right. Yeah.
Yeah, the no hand ankle lock.
It's crazy.
So
I invented that. I'm just kidding. He made this shit up.
So remember the no hand ankle lock that we did on the white belt curriculum.
Yeah.
So the whole point of learning that it's a white belt is for later on switching.
You're at the heel hook.
So people don't realize with the heel hook, heel hooking and straight ankle locking are so similar in so many different ways that if your elbow is in the position that it's supposed to be in, after that it's just a small
that's insane.
elbow and wrist adjustment.
How did you come up with that, Heath?
Just getting tapped out all the time.
Tapping a lot. Yes.
I like the answer.
So I started training back in the Prohibition, like in the 1920s.
Okay.
So after 100 years, you start to figure something out, right?
That's a good way to explain. I don't believe, but
But yeah, you just kind of know. So like you said, what Couch is explaining, once you guys get and understand that crush, that's more what we should call it instead of pinch, like you said, a crush, then switching back and forth is much, much easier, and it's inevitable that sooner or later you're going to get caught because you're defending one or the other.
Good.
And knowing and just practicing with your partner, letting your partner boot, slip, you start to learn and understand keeping your attachment and finishing, which we talk a lot about on the instructional, but those are the main things, you know. Couch talks a lot about in the instructional about attachments.
Yep.
And so the hardest thing is when he puts you in ankle or heel hook position, you usually are able to roll out. And he talks so much, which I actually learned some stuff while we were doing it from him, about keeping the attachment the whole time, no matter where you roll, staying attached.
Yep.
So, you know, like when you go for the heel hook, now people roll out.
Yep.
When Couch puts you in this heel hook position, do you mind real quick?
Yeah.
So do a loose heel hook on Bernardo really quick.
Which one?
I don't know, you're just gonna heel hook him and he's gonna roll. Okay, so you would roll out, right?
You want me to let him go?
So come back.
Do I let him go?
I don't know, I guess we'll let him go this
Hey,
time. No, okay.
I need my royalties, man.
So put him back in, heel hook. Okay, so he's in here. Okay, now, when Couch applies this correctly, as we talk about in the instructional, not only can you not roll out, you're not going to want to roll out, but really, go ahead, lock it up, easy.
Don't break my leg.
Okay, so now roll out.
There's no way whatsoever to roll.
And like I said, we talked about this.
Wait a second, so I'm just trying to understand, why can I not roll here? It's the it's the pressure between the knee and the foot.
So it's actually
Is there,
because you're champion.
so it's this pressure over here that avoids my hip to move, right?
Yeah, so it's everything. You know, it's basically the bottom half of the body working with the top half of the body. Now, his pelvic area is, it almost feels like he's knee barring you.
Got it.
Sideways, right? His attachments here, there's no room for your leg or your upper quadrant of your leg, the middle, to go anywhere. So like they can see in here, again, if you would try to roll now, look.
Yeah, there's no way.
No, and he's blocking all of this.
Got it.
So we talk a lot about that in there. This is when now you're going to get heel hooked or straight ankle locked, because now he's taking away your defenses, and it's just a matter of time. You're just treading in.
And the only thing I see here is my arms, but it's so far away from me that my arms doesn't help either.
Right. So
that's insane.
For as far with the arms, as far as keeping my feet, or I talk a lot about this on the instructional, is keeping the foot and the knee connected is huge, and keeping the hip down, because I'm able to not just maintain weight on this side, but I'm able to maintain a frame as well.
Yeah.
And I'm able to maintain almost a distance. So
that's
I
amazing.
can keep myself in a good
quick
position.
That is
can Casey jump in on Bernardo really quick
Yeah.
here before we wrap it up? So go ahead and jump in. And listen, this is not a. She'll switch ankles for you.
Okay.
Since
That's good, because
since
this
Couch
one here
broke
is
the
kind
other
of
way.
like.
So keep in mind, this is not a marketing ploy or anything like that. Casey had never really done heel hooks at all. We brought her.
Leg locks at all.
Yeah, Couch showed her these things, and literally, and I mean this, they are so easy to understand and pick up the way that he's doing them and teaching them that, I don't know, we were talking about last night. She says, maybe I should just do all leg locks. You know, they're so easy to win after that. And but anyway, so huge size difference here. But so Casey's going to apply the same thing, and I want you to get into that heel hook position and block Bernardo's hips.
Good. Get that elbow back, remember? So you want to get it a little bit further back. Right here, Casey, is relax your arms a little bit, and all I want you to do is kind of roll. Try to get off your elbow and roll to your shoulder, and then tuck your elbow a little bit further back. Good. There we go. Great. Awesome.
So same position. Could you roll?
No way. Yeah, my body doesn't follow.
And it's such an amazing thing on the instructional. Like I
And
said,
man, it's tight.
it's very tight. And I know we were talking about switching from ankle locks to heel hooks, and we kind of got off because it's just such an incredible thing. But
Man, amazing.
it slides you guys directly into this. Once he talks about the overhook with the ankle lock and setting this up, and you're able to get into this position, it takes away literally all of the opponent's defense. It's
That is
incredible
awesome.
stuff. Super proud of Couch.
Yeah. So the name of the instruction is heel hooks for everyone, right?
We think so.
Heel hooks for honkies.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys. So I'm gonna keep going here. So, guys, what time you stopped filming yesterday, Heath and Jacob?
Yeah, so we do, like, I think
What was it?
I think the average person usually come and they do for like 5 hours. I don't know. We usually do like 20 hours and put it onto it, and it's like we just keep going. We go all through the night, and we just with these instructionals, you know, like BJJ Fanatics has given us a platform. I learned from instructionals originally before I met Rodrigo, my black belt coach, and they mean so much to me. You know, it's not, to me, spending $200 to get your life's work that you've acquired over 20 years is a steal.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have a deal literally every single day, and being able to get all of the knowledge that you got from every coach you've had, every world champion, years of living in the gym,
Yep.
for
I fully agree.
$100
I fully agree. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I want to put all of the knowledge, helping Couch, even when Couch taught his first instructional, and I came and just said, listen, you have so much more and know so much more. Just people aren't asking you the right questions. So I come in on the instructional, brought Casey to make the mistakes, ask him every question that everyone want to ask at home. Then you really understand the position. Once you do that, these things are gold. So we put so much time into it. And then once you get going, you know, in jiu-jitsu, sometimes there's moves like you'll think, man, I forgot, I'm really good at that.
Yep.
And then we just start playing around, and it's just all on there. We just literally share everything. There's nothing held back. That's why I think all of the Daisy Fresh instructionals have done so good.
Yeah, no, you guys are so authentic, and I think no one would ever question if you hold anything back, because I think you guys are not the type of.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that there's just small things that not saying anyone holds anything back, but like, look, the more we share, the more the art advances and it gets better. So it's like, you know, I see people doing some of the stuff from couches first. They send us, hey, we bought the ankle lock instructional. We've been getting this ankle lock. These are brown belts and black belt adult competitors. That's a really good feeling. So being able to share, it's really cool.
No, man, we appreciate you.
Thanks, brother.
And no, guys, make sure to check it out. So they were filming here yesterday, literally until 6 a.m. That's why we started later today. And it's gonna come out very soon. It's gonna be called Heel Hooks for Everyone. So make sure to check it out at IBJJFanatics.com. And maybe by the time you are watching, it's already there. So just check it out at the website. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And thanks so much, Coach. And I'm cheering for you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Casey.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.